Let's have a quick conversation about the best refrigerated trucking companies. And so here's the approach I want you to really think about. The first search company is actually Prime Incorporated. And so what we love about Prime Incorporated is that they actually have a lot of employees, and those employees are very happy in terms of pay, in terms of benefits. So you're looking at a company that actually grosses $2 billion every single year. And they've been doing this for the last few years. And they are located actually in Springfield, Missouri. And they're actually available nationwide. So Prime Incorporated is one of the largest U.S. refrigerated trucking companies for a reason. The company has several facilities across the U.S., a wide variety of trucks that actually can accommodate many different types of cargo. That's really important, not only from a logistics perspective, but also from a customer service perspective, the ability to haul a lot of loads. And we also love the fact that this company actually has effective procedures for shipping in any weather or climate. So that's really fantastic. And customers love that. And so Prime Incorporated has been actually having a lot of reviews for the last few years. And all the factors that I just listed a little earlier combined make actually a Prime Incorporated an excellent refrigerated trucking company that you should consider if you are a driver this year. Another company I want to share with you here is a CR England. And CR England is a great company in terms of refrigerated trucking. And they actually have been making nearly $1.6 billion every single year. They are located in Salt Lake City, Utah. I mean, they do have regional divisions on the West Coast, on the East Coast. And in terms of workforce, you have employees that range from 5,000 to 10,000. So that's really good. So and the cool thing about Prime Incorporated and CR England, for that matter, is that they actually will work with owner operators, but also they will hire truck drivers in-house. So that's really great. You have great pay. You have great benefits, and you have the ability to actually go home if you work in a specific location. So that's really fantastic. So when we think about CR England, this is a company that specializes in the import and export of refrigerated goods. And this is a great company. This is one of the largest refrigerated trucking companies in the U.S. Most commonly, the company works with foods and beverages and also services other countries like Mexico, and they have operations in Canada too. Next, I want to talk to you about KLLM Transport Services. KLLM Transport Services. Great company. And they are actually located in Richland, Mississippi. And they are available actually in 48 states. And last year, they grossed nearly $1 billion. To be more exact, $936 million. In terms of workforce, they have a lower workforce than Prime Incorporated and CR England. But here, it's still great anyway. They have a workforce that goes from 1,000 to 5,000 employees. The delta here is because they actually employ full-time truck drivers, seasonal truck drivers, but also owner operators. So while a slightly smaller company, KLLM is well known for hasty, on-time deliveries. In fact, the company has a 98% on-time delivery rate. This is really impressive. This is especially important given that they specialize in hazmat and chemical transport. Next, you have Martin Transport, another wonderful company. And so they're based in Wisconsin. And they actually operate North America. So we're speaking about Canada, U.S., and Mexico. And in terms of revenue, you are looking at $874 million gross revenue last year. And number of employees, here we're looking at 1,000 to 5,000 employees. And so when you think about the Martin Transport, I want you to think about a bilingual refrigerated trucking company that offers extensive international shipping options in North America. And one of the company's best features is really its up-to-date and impressively large fleet of 2,800 to 3,000 trucks. And this is really fantastic. And overall, these trucks travel an average of 329 million miles annually. So this tells you a lot about the level of activity, the load revenue, the load revenue potential for yourself too, if you are a driver for Martin Transport. And the thing is, I started this conversation by saying Martin Transport is bilingual. In other words, they work in Canada, so they actually have they employ French-speaking drivers as well. So if you happen to to know to know a little bit of French, and you want to really try your hand at Martin Transport, that's a great. Next, you have a Swift Refrigerated. This is another great company. And Swift Refrigerated actually is based in Phoenix, Arizona. And they cover the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. In terms of revenue, they're making around $700 to $800 million. That's what they made last year. Number of employees, more than 10,000 employees. This is a solid company in terms of revenue. They will help you. They will actually take care of you in terms of salary, in terms of benefits also. And so think of Swift Refrigerated as a huge U.S. trucking company that services all of North America. And one of the best things about this company is basically its versatility, because Swift can ship any and all refrigerated goods of any size. Plus, as a massive company, Swift is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And customers love that. So customers love this level of availability. Fantastic. Next, you have Stevens Transport. So when you think about Stevens Transport, I want you to think about a company that's located in Dallas, but available nationwide, by the way. And they're making around $750 million also. So $750 million, that's a lot of cash, okay? A lot of cash. And especially when you think about the revenue versus the headcount, is really fantastic. So headcount, 1,000 to 5,000 employees. So and those employees are well paid in terms of salary, in terms of compensation, in terms of vacation, in terms of benefits, retirement, and so on and so forth. And so, known as a premium carrier, Stevens Transport has actually won numerous awards for its services in general. This company, as a refrigerated trucking company, specializes in multilingual logistics across the southern border, international trade, as well as road and rail use. That's what we call intermodal transport. And so, if you're interested in that kind of transport, you will love Stevens Transport. And so this makes actually Stevens Transport one of the most flexible refrigerated trucking companies in today's conversation. And this is really important in terms of having a steady list of loads all the time. Next, I want to talk to you about another interesting company, and that's actually Herback-Morales Alliance. And Herback-Morales Alliance is based in Iowa. They are available in 48 states, and they're making relatively quote-unquote less money than the other players on this list. But hey, listen, it's still something. Last year, they made $533 to $575 million. And so number of employees, you're looking at 500 to 1,000 employees. So this is a relatively smaller company in terms of revenue, but also in terms of employees. But hey, they're still kicking ass anyway. So while Herback has a smaller number of employees compared to other refrigerated trucking companies on this list, it nonetheless is one of the most profitable. That's because it can ship almost any type of refrigerated freight with solutions for non-traditional trucking needs and fast, reliable service. And this is a feature that customers love when they deal with Herback. And they've been doing this for many, many years now. This is really fantastic. Next, you have John Christner Trucking. Okay, John Christner Trucking is a fantastic player also, and they are based in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. They are available in 48 states. In other words, they're not available in Hawaii and Alaska. So all the 48 continental states, they are actually available there. In terms of revenue, they're making less money, but it's still good anyway. I mean, they're making nearly $400 million. In terms of number of employees, you have 500 to 1,000 employees. And but the thing is that what we love about John Christner is that basically this is a family-owned refrigerated trucking company that specializes in energy efficient, lightweight deliveries. Overall, one of the best things about this company is its exceptional ability to reduce idle time, which in turn increases efficiency. And they are very good also in terms of taking care of their drivers, okay? In terms of compensation, in terms of benefits, in terms of, let's say, holidays, for instance, vacation time. This is just a fantastic company. So John Christner Trucking Company, wonderful company to work for. Next, you have another company, and that's TransAm Trucking. So TransAm Trucking is they're based in Kansas, and so they actually cover the Midwest, the Northeast, and the Southeast. And in terms of revenue, they have made last year a little bit less than $300 million. Number of employees, you're looking at 1,000 to 5,000 employees, so that's really fantastic. And so while TransAm Trucking is a more regional company servicing the middle and eastern regions of the United States, the company is still one of the best in our view in terms of load opportunity, but also in terms of overall compensation. What I mean by overall compensation, I'm talking about, again, not just the salary, but also the benefits, the vacation time, and all the ancillary benefits that you can have as a truck driver. And TransAm is known for offering some of the best customer service and communication in the industry. So that's really that's an important element to think about. Next, you have the Navajo Express. So Navajo Express is a great company to work for, and they're based in Denver, Colorado. They're available in 49 states, and so revenue-wise, they've made last year anywhere from $125 million to $200 million. This is really great. In terms of number of employees, you have 500 to 1,000 employees. So this is an important element to think about. And so when we talk about Navajo Express, we're talking about another smaller company, especially when it comes to Refrigerated Trucking Company. But they do have incredible customer service and safety standards. On top of some of the best customer service reports, this company also specializes in having online tracking throughout services and having regular on-time deliveries. And this is one reason why customers love them a lot, and they have given them a rave reviews for the last 10 years. So this is a great thing. And what we love about Navajo Express is the stability. I mean, when you enter this company, you actually you stay there until you retire, really, because the company is so well organized and so well run. They take care of their customers the same way they take care of their employees. So that's really fantastic. It tells you a lot about the quality of customer service, but also the quality of employee service. So let me give you the overview here. I just gave you the top 10 refrigerated trucking companies, but I really want to go a little granular in terms of refrigerated trucking, so we have a clear idea. I mean, you probably know a little bit about the industry. That's why you want to get into it, or you're just curious about what's happening here. And so, as the name would suggest, refrigerated trucking is a temperature-controlled form of shipping that really aims to safely haul sensitive foods and products from one location to the next. And so you'll hear the term reefer, for example. Okay, and so refrigerated truck drivers with CDL licenses and trucking companies make use of special trailers known as reefers. They have a built-in refrigeration system. Okay, this is very important. This gives all cargo temperature control in any weather, preventing them from degradation. I mean, there are some foods, there are some substances that will degrade if they were to actually be in the wrong temperature. I mean, and that really makes sense. That just makes logic. So common goods been shipped by reefers include fruits and vegetables, dairy products, meat and poultry, seafood, medicines, movie set props, flowers and garden supplies, wine, military goods, and disaster relief supplies. So you can see that some of this have a hazmat sort of implication. So when we talk about hazmat, you got to have specific and tightly regulated tools to sort of transport the equipment. So given that all of these items need to be carefully temperature controlled, refrigerated truck drivers and companies can face challenging and time-sensitive tasks during the shipping process. And more than almost any other type of trucking, refrigerated trucking requires smooth, on-time deliveries as well as employees who can follow directions carefully. Because if you make a little mistake, like the potential for big investments and big losses really increases if you make a mistake, especially if you are actually hauling a refrigerated load. So that's really important to really be focused here. So if you're interested in becoming a refrigerated trucking driver, it's important to understand what makes a refrigerated trucking company successful. Because the goods shipped by refrigerated trucking companies are sensitive, there are several practices that can make or break a company. And so, to ensure success, the top refrigerated truck companies that I actually share with you in today's conversation, they will ensure that shipments are monitored. They will basically load and unload reefers quickly, and they will always accurately identify shipping needs. Let me break it down for you. So when I talk about ensuring that shipments are monitored, monitoring shipments while they are in transit is vital for a successful refrigerated trucking company. Consider these two scenarios. John is a reefer truck driver traveling from California to Texas with perishable goods. Unfortunately, halfway through this route, his reefer's cooling system malfunctions and stops working. John doesn't notice this because the truck's monitoring systems are out of date and because he wasn't paying attention. By the time he arrives in Texas, all of the goods are spoiled. That's the first scenario. The second is John consistently monitors his truck, which is up to date. When the system malfunctions, he immediately catches it and is able to phone for help. Luckily, almost all of the goods are safely preserved. In these scenarios, you can really see that one simply monitoring mistake can cost a company a fortune. Therefore, the best companies know that keeping an eye on reefers and keeping them up to date is of vital importance. What about speed here in terms of loading and unloading reefers? Well, loading and unloading are crucial challenges for reefer truck drivers and companies. Of course, because the cargo is temperature sensitive, it must be prepared for loading carefully to ensure no damage or spoilage. And this is important. While at the same time, quickly loading should be also be a priority. This means what? It means that those loading the truck must undergo a careful dance that balances haste with thoughtful action. And similarly, unloading must also be done as quickly as efficiently as possible. Most commonly, reefers units will continue to run during the loading and unloading process to ensure goods are kept temperature controlled for as long as possible. And always accurately identify shipping needs. That's another important element to think about. Because no two refrigerated goods are exactly the same, and every successful truck driver, refrigeration technician, and owner-operator knows this. So with this in mind, it's vital that the needs of every product be identified before the shipping process begins, and it has to happen before. For example, medical supplies may need to be shipped at a different temperature than food supplies. Additionally, oranges may have several days to be shipped, while bioorganisms might only have 1 day. Overall, considering the specific needs of each and every type of cargo is kind of crucial for a successful refrigerated trucking haul. So, here's the bottom line. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about the best refrigerated trucking companies. I gave you the approach and now the overview. So the approach, we have 1, Prime Inc., number 2, CR England, number 3, KLLM Transport Services, number 4, Martin Transport, number 5, Swift Refrigerated, number 6, Stevens Transport, number 7, Herback-Morales Alliance, number 8, John Christner Trucking, number 9, TransAm Trucking, and number 10, Navajo Express. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.